When I was a little girl, my mother tells me that I wanted to do nothing but dance. And so, where I'm from, it is very typical to dance ballroom. And I started dancing ballroom very young. I think I was 6 years of age. And my mother would sew up the costumes for me, very beautiful. You are responsible for your own costumes, and this gets very expensive. It is very expensive to be able to dancer, but it is a source of pride and of value for your family and for you. And so I would dance, and my mother would make me amazing costumes. We would design them together, and she would sew them. And I always felt like I was the most beautiful dancer there was when I was out there dancing. And my partner, well, I started dancing with a little neighborhood boy, Dimitri, and we had a lot of fun together. But he was not to truly be an amazing ballroom dancer. You have to feel it in your heart, whether you're dancing at something sensual or something happy, you have to feel it. And Dimitri was not very good. My dog is eating her toy. But he was not very good at this, you know. He would dance one of the Latin dances and would have this very sour look on his face, and I started getting very frustrated, even very young, that he was not the best dancer. And so after that I started dancing with Nikolai, and Nikolai and we danced for a very long time together. He was finding your dance partner is a lot like falling in love. You dance with someone and maybe it is nice, but it is nothing special. And then you dance with someone else and maybe it is very sexy, but there is no heart to it. It's all sex and no heart. And then you dance with your partner, your real partner, and it is a lot like falling in love. Everything works together. You don't have to try too hard. There is a natural rhythm with your bodies. It is as though they speak to one another without you saying a word. Nikolai was like that for me. And I started doing better and getting more attention, and when I was 17 I was coming down some steps. It was after a competition and I was in my costume still, and I slipped on some ice. I did not even see this, and I broke my leg very, very badly. And at first they told me I would never walk again. But I did. I walked again. But I never danced again. Not, I did dance. I should not say that. That is very dramatic, is it not? I never danced again. It is not so bad as all of that. I mean, I walked, and I can dance with my husband. We dance together, so I do dance, but I never. What I meant to say is that I never dance professionally again. And I think back to that competition, and I did very well. Nikolai and we were first place, and I think to myself, would I have danced any differently if I had known it was going to be the very last time I was ever going to be out there before the judges with Nikolai, because of course he went on to find another partner. It was a death in my life, very much so, like experiencing the loss of a loved one. And I look back on that day and I wonder if I would have done something differently if I had known. If I had known that that was the very last competition I would ever do. I did try. I did think that, because they told me I would never walk again, and I did. And I walk very nicely, thank you. But I did try to dance competition again, but the grace, I used to be known for my grace, and I just did not have that grace anymore. So I just think of that expression, falling from grace. It is what happened in my life. I was no longer the same woman, either physically or emotionally. And now I have a dance studio and I teach, but I can only teach to a certain level, because I think for my students it is very important to be able to have a vision of the grace that you need to have when you are ballroom dancing. You know, the grace that you have, and I don't offer that anymore. I think maybe I would have danced with a little more freedom if I had known. You can never say, of course, what you would have done, what you could have done, but I think maybe I would have had a little more freedom in my dance. That was the only critique I ever got. Always graceful, but sometimes, how did they phrase it? Not stiff, but a hint of tension. And I think there is something about letting go. When my husband and I got married, he learned. He learned how to waltz for me. And we waltzed together at our wedding. It was so beautiful. And I felt it. I felt this thing that I had never felt in all my years of competition, which was a freedom, a complete letting go. It was a thing of beauty. And with the waltz, to have a man you love, to whom you have just committed to love for the rest of your life, and you're staring into one another's eyes. It was magical. It was so beautiful. He was so handsome. So you know, sometimes one part of your life, it is different from how you imagine it to be. I always thought that I would travel the world and become this world-renowned dancer. And I have traveled because my husband, he has a very good business and he travels, and so I go with him, but even though my dream is not how I pictured it, it is alright. It's more than